Tanner Bibee gets an extension, probably good by your book. What's your evaluation of that extension for Tanner Bibee?
Thrilled for the player. You're right, Chris. And it is so well deserved for a guy that, when you think about it, just a couple years ago was thrust into this quote unquote ace role with Bieber having the injury issues. And then, just a guy that really, from a personality standpoint, is so good as a leader and then really made it stand up on the field. Usually you see a little sophomore slump, or you may have a guy that takes a step back. He did not. He just kept charging forward. And know his dad Scott, and having exchanged some back and forth with him over the last year or so. I think this is not only great for the player, but even now for the organization moving forward, is you have your ace of the future and of the present, and at an incredibly affordable value, considering what we all know is the most expensive commodity in Major League Baseball.
All right, Jensen, we got to ask, though, who's next? Who's in line for the next extension? We want to see Stephen Kwan get done. So much smoke about could it be maybe getting in front of a guy like Gavin Williams, Kyle Manzardo? What are your thoughts? Who is the next Guardians extension?
Yeah, Nick, logically, you would think it'd be Kwan just because of the service time and where he is in relation to arbitration. We saw with Tanner being able to buy out all the arbitration years remaining, and also some free agency as well if you maximize the years of the contract. I mean, Manzardo is probably a bit early, and I would say Gavin Williams too. Almost you need to get through this season. And truth be told, this front office has been incredibly patient for their track record to want to be able to do that. The thing that probably strikes me the most is you offload the Andres Jimenez contract, and that should open up a fair amount of salary, as well as not having to worry about a possible Josh Naylor extension anymore.
Yeah.
So they could get creative here, and they could entice maybe some of these other guys to want to take it at a discounted rate. But I would say once we get to opening day, I would be very, very shocked if any other extension news happens beyond that.